All right, here to talk with us about what's next in the evolution of caregiving for aged loved ones in our life from Comfort Keepers in Home Care. Lezlie Snoozy-Kaitfors is here. Welcome. We all at some point, you know, we're facing the aging parent situation, loved ones. What are some of the signs that we should look for?
The signs kind of range. You have the physical signs where maybe they're just struggling getting up from their chair. Or you go in the bathroom, you notice the towel rack is a little bit loose. So it might be a sign that they're using it to get out of the shower, which is not safe.
Yeah.
To maybe a little bit more of the memory issues. So maybe your mom was this great pie maker, and she can no longer make a pie from start to finish, or there's just a little bit more of that forgetfulness.
Sure.
You know, to some of the more emotional things where mood kind of starts changing. There's a little bit more anger sometimes, or they withdraw from activities that they normally did.
Well, once you notice these signs, what are the care options we can offer our parents or the elderly?
Well, they've changed so much in the last 20 years. Like when I started in senior care a long time ago, really the option was you either went to the nursing home or your family took care of you.
Sure.
And it kind of evolved where assisted living kind of came into place. And now home care is really taking on that role because truly people want to remain in their own homes. And so
what are the benefits of home care as opposed to being in a home or in a hospital?
well, some of the benefits are, you know, as I said, people want to remain in their home. So 90% of people really want to remain in their own homes.
In their own home.
You know, we want them to as family members.
Sure.
Like, when we moved my grandmother, I remember, you know, it was no longer the gathering place Sunday after church.
Yeah.
And it changed some of our holidays. So, you know, we as loved ones want to keep them in their home, surrounded by their memories, because it's all those memories of the certain smells of the house, those types of things.
I know. I was wondered too, because before my dad passed, we would sit, and last time I spent time with him, we looked at a book of John Deere tractors, because he worked at John, and he could tell me all of these wonderful things about the tractors and working out at John Deere, but he couldn't remember some of the things about the house that we grew up in. I go, remember Dad downstairs? So having him, but he wasn't at home, and having that place at home, that good fond memory, I suppose helps them through that transition. It
really does, and moving from your home is a transition, and it's tough as we get older and learning that new routine of a different place. I mean, just even getting up from the bathroom at night.
The newest innovations in home care would be what?
Well, we have a philosophy of care called Interactive Caregiving. And obviously as we age, there's that sense of kind of getting lonely. You know, we start needing a little bit of assistance.
Yeah.
And with Interactive Caregiving, we really create a whole plan around not just the client, but their family and their care providers, their community, so that there can be this whole plan of care that really centers around engaging the client in their activities. And we always tell our Comfort Keepers, it's like doing with, not just doing for our clients.
Right.
We have some examples of interactive caregiving. So what do we have?
Well, you have, you know, we're talking about doing puzzles. My mom talks a lot how they're playing bingo and stuff with her, or they do sing-alongs and things like that.
Mom loves singing. She loves hearing music.
She loves, Mom, she's not a singer. She'll be the first to be like, oh, I hope you're not telling them I sing, Mark. No, but she loves, because people will come in and perform for them, and she enjoys that entertainment component. So you say all this is vital care.
It's absolutely vital, and you know, with that interactive caregiving approach, we can do the activities that are really specific to that person. So maybe someone doesn't enjoy bingo, but they want to sit around and talk about World War II.
Yeah.
You know, and I had this client one time, and that was his thing. And we'd sit there, and he'd look at those books, and he was surrounded by all those memories and about his wife, or, you know, maybe it is doing puzzles or something to really keep their mind active.
Sure.
Which is really important as well.
It takes a good listener on your part and on your service part to sit and listen and be inquisitive about World War II, what they remember about that.
For the 10th time,
you know,
which is always great.
And act as if it's the first time you hear it, though. Still, but
they're amazing stories.
Sure.
They really are.
Well, because I love cooking, and it's one thing I always did for my dad. Yes, I do. For my dad and for my mom, and to make sure they had nutritious meals. And when my mom was able to help, it was a wonderful activity that we could do together. And the importance of sitting down and eating with them.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because sometimes people think, oh, it's just about putting the meal in front of them. But I know I don't like to eat alone. When my 4 kids and my husband are gone, I am like eating the bad frozen food section that she was talking about.
Yeah.
no, not the good stuff. And so having somebody there and preparing the meal, because smells bring back memories. So if you can prepare the meal in the home, sit down and eat with them. I think probably one of the best examples is my grandmother. She's like, oh, I'm not hungry. She wouldn't eat. But if you sat down and ate with her, I'm not kidding you, she'd about lick the plate clean. Yeah. Like, it would be and it's that engagement, that social part of
I noticed this, and I'll share, because I talk with my mom almost every day, and she talks about how she gets up, and sometimes a little bit because she'd broken both hips, but she's in the walker, she's getting that mobility back, and she's talking about the importance of having somebody there to help her. Yeah.
What about physical activity?
Yeah, and physical exercise, too. That's part of what you say is important.
Yes, and so, again, it's kind of looking at all those components, and then what is special for them? So this time of year, it's great. Get outside.
Yeah.
The smells are fantastic, but maybe somebody can't. So what else can we do? And so we had a client one time in one of the Connecticut offices, and they were struggling with him. He was really mourning the loss of his wife, and they tried to figure out, how do we get him moving? And the Comfort Keeper happened to look through stuff and realize they used to dance together. And so she got him up dancing. So not only did that fill his spirit, which is part of what that interactive caregiving approach is really not just taking care of the body, but taking care of the soul as well. And it really just met all of those needs.
It means so much. It means so much. Well, thank you so much for coming by and shedding the light on a lot of these things. For tips of some of the things that we discussed here today, please visit comfortkeepers.com. And we're going to come right back, and we're going to get fancy, I think, with Debbie and Lawrence.
Get dressed up.
That's right. Coming up, Debbie and I are going to show you how to dress your family for the perfect family photo.
Flowers included.
Presented by Comfort Keepers, providing senior care, promoting independence.
With the help of Comfort Keepers, I'm keeping my mom healthy.
I'm keeping Dad on schedule.
I'm keeping my mom happy.
Comfort Keepers in-home professional caregivers can provide meal planning and preparation, health and wellness services, and personal care services through custom care plans that can change as needs change, so your aging loved ones can stay happy and healthy in their own home.
Comfort